as a Catholic, one of the people um, I'd like to listen to on YouTube sometimes is a Catholic priest named Father Chris Alar, who is a Marian priest that is in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, that has a very large following on YouTube. And he talks a lot about many subjects, about current events, but also about lives of the saints, and about mostly he caters to Catholics and Catholic teachings because he is a Catholic priest. But he really stands out to me. Uh, and what I like about Father Chris Saylor is there's so much, a lot of different good stuff on YouTube about religion and about different people that talk about the Bible and stuff. There's so many out there. And but with Father Chris Saylor, he's probably the holiest person I've ever seen, almost to the point of he's radiant. He almost has an aura shining from him that I see, almost literally a halo, an aura around him. That's how holy he comes across. And that's what, and even if I was a Protestant and not a Catholic, I find him to be very moving. And I think anyone would be inspired by Father Chris Taylor. I think Protestants would like him as well as Catholics. Just something about him. And I know that a lot of people have problems with the Catholic Church. The last Pope, Pope Francis, turned off a lot of Catholics to turn away from the Catholic Church because the last Pope was so controversial and more liberal, and even the new Pope that they have now, Pope Leo XIV, and all is also controversial, and some people say almost like Francis, the one before him. And there's a lot of people that have problems with the Vatican and the Catholic Church and the cardinals and a lot of the stories about Catholics. But whether you are a Catholic, a Protestant, an atheist, an agnostic, a Mormon, or anything in between, or just not religious at all, or just spiritual, just generally spiritual, but not specifically religious to anything, I think I would suggest you take a look at this particular Catholic priest on YouTube, Father Chris Alar, because he is the most sincere, holy person I've ever seen, among Catholics. I mean, I think he'd probably be a better pope if he could be a pope. I think he'd be a better pope than Francis or Leo. I mean, I think he could be pope and be fantastic. Just something so inspiring about him. And I'd be curious to see how a Protestant would react to him. I'd be curious to see how an atheist would react to him because of just how sincere he is, his knowledge, how just his style, not just the fact that he's Bible smart, and just something about him, something different about him, that this aura about him, like I was talking about, he almost seems to shine with an aura. And I haven't seen that with anybody else because there's so many YouTubers and different people that talk about the Bible, and certainly the opposite of Joel Osteen, with the biggest megachurch preacher in the United States, Joel Osteen from Texas, is just comes across not sincere, and that smile and that phoniness that a lot of people talk about. And I know some people like him, but I think Father Chris Taylor is the total opposite of a guy like Joel Osteen. If you're looking for someone to talk about the Bible and about religion and God, so I just recommend him, and I'd be curious if anyone has any familiarity with him.